I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Listen, let me get my hair together. Come on in. Come on in. We are talking about Married to Medicine, child. I've had a day. Let me see. Am I shiny, oily? What's going on? What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Make sure that you put your city, your state, your country, your island, your territory, wherever you are from. Just put it into the chat so that I can give you a shout out real quick. Okay, this is my second review today. If y'all missed the first one, check it out. It is on the third part of RHOP. I told y'all that if TJ came back to say anything about Stacey, that I would catch y'all up. And sure enough, TJ has come out and basically hinted that he got some tea or some receipts to drop. Queen to queen, okay? He is ready to blow up, to go off on Stacey. He was like, yeah, there was an earthquake over here in California. People were checking in on me. He said, I'm safe, but speaking of shaking, I'm about to make something shake. So, child, what a mess. What a mess, Stacey. Anyway, you guys come on in. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure that you hit the like button on your way in, okay? What's up, Simply Sherelle? What is up, Gloria from Malou? I know where you're from. What's up, Sherelle? We got Babette. What's up? What's up, Mary? Come on in. Come on in. We got Avery. What's up, Austin, Texas? What is up? I bet you won't. I bet you won't from Cali. Okay, come on in, everybody. Yeah, it's been a mess. So I had y'all take a poll. Hopefully you've taken the poll. Let me check. At the very top of the chat, which is asking, whose side are you on, child? Do you agree with Dr. G pressing charges against King? Okay, the first choice is yes. Don't care if he touched him or not. Okay, going ahead and press some charges. The second choice is no. Nasty work to file charges. Okay, nasty work. And then third choice is you were doing a 5,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. What I miss? What I miss, okay? So keep taking the poll. 38 of you have taken it already, but keep taking the poll while we get into some things, okay? Come on in. Let's see. What's up, Lisa Love? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Miss Lady J? Nice to have you. Okay, let me get my screen back up. So listen, this has been an interesting season of Married to Medicine. I mean, spoiler alert, I'm just going to put this out here now. We know that Toya is having this dance, right? But they've already showed us pictures months ago where we got to see pretty much everyone on the cast, including people that were no longer on the cast, like Anila, show up to the event. We saw that the Lunsfords showed up to the event. So again, spoiler alert, hopefully they have squashed some of the beef. But baby, they make a lot of money over there on Married to Medicine. Did y'all see the opening of the show? The houses, they have them on golf courses. Did y'all see the cars these people drive? I know that people like to put themselves in the position of the players on this show, but we're not the same. We're not the same. So we have to be careful because they get paid to put on a show, right? They come out and they make these comments like, I'm one of y'all, you should feel this way. You know what I'm saying? But Phaedra wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. Okay, I'm just gonna put that shit out there. She wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. She wouldn't see you, child. And I love Phaedra to pieces, but we are about to talk about it. So come on in. Phaedra is one of my faves on reality TV. They not like us. They not, okay? When you can make, just so y'all know, Phaedra in season 10, how many people did they get rid of to put Phaedra on the show? What was her asking price? They got rid of Contessa and Scott, Nyla, and what's his name? Kern, whatever, the Indian couple. They got rid of the lawyer, that lady. She was, I think it's her name, it starts with an A. She was only on for one season, but they got rid of her and her husband. They were both lawyers. The white lady that's a friend of the show, she got the boot. What's her name? Mary Wells or some shit like that. Phaedra had a big asking price. They got rid of a lot of people, okay? She comes to the show. She got to clock in. She got to perform. First season she was on, season 10, they gave us a funeral, okay? She got to put an infomercial out there for her business, which was great, you know what I'm saying? For years to come, people will watch that episode and see her business. But after that, what we get? Nothing. Okay. It's her name Adrian. Is that who? Adriana, something. I'm sorry. I may not be pronouncing it wrong, right. But I do know that she got paid a lot of money. I do know a lot of people were removed from their seat in order to give Phaedra her salary, okay? Sweet Tea is new, so she doesn't get as big of a salary as everybody else. According to a lot of people, she got the entry-level salary, the entry level. Everybody else is making top buck. More than top buck. 15 episodes I think they got this season. Either 15 is next week the finale. If next week is the finale, 14 episodes. Imagine doing 14 episodes of a TV show for over $1 million. Imagine that. She's been to Africa twice this 2024. I know she went once with Portia, and I think she went again maybe with Portia. So Phaedra laughing all the way to the damn bank, baby. But let's go. Okay. Thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you hit the like button. This is Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 13. This Ain't the Playground is what it was called. Okay. Here's my thumbnail. Let me put it back up again because I like to show my artwork. So we got King and Quad. We got Cute T and Dr. G. Okay. So it opens the way it always does. If y'all have not been paying attention, they always give us a little clip of the cast members with their real family or at the office. It's a way to humanize them, show their lifestyle, show that they are richy rich, okay? Multi-million-dollar estates. Like I said, they're by golf courses. They pay a lot of money, taxes and all that shit to live in those spaces and places. And they have been on this show for 11 years. Let's not forget that, okay? It was Eugene who was the director, or he was over the emergency room, right? And he said that even with that, Toya brought in more money on the show than he was making on his paycheck, okay? Let's not forget that. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So it opens with Toya and Eugene. Toya is wearing this sexy ass dress with cutouts right around her waist, and her back is out, her ass is partly out, child. She is feeding the dog breakfast, and she said now it's time to feed herself breakfast. She got up that morning dressed like that to make herself bacon and eggs, baby. She asked Eugene if he wanted anything, and he said no. He was on a Zoom call trying to get his business right. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Anyway, Toya ends up asking him if he had a chance to talk to Greg. And he said, not yet. Like, I want to give him some space, child. We just got home. I don't have to call Greg right away. Toya said, well, how long does it take? How many days do you need? Get on it. Like, we need to make sure that he's doing okay. Greg said, well, listen, he ain't my child or anything. Men aren't like that. We need to give people a few days to process. Toya said, listen, it ain't like he's on the cocaine. Just talk to him, okay? Greg said that men are like bears. They need some time to process. She said, well, the bear ain't on cocaine, okay? So go on ahead and talk to him, please, and thank you. They go on to have a conversation about Toya wanting to throw an anniversary party. Welcome, Review Hour. Come on in. Toya wants to throw an anniversary party, and she said that she wants to do it in this Victorian style. And she said, listen, I'm kind of concerned because I want everybody at my party. I want the Lunsfords there. I want Quad and King there. And she said, listen, I've been getting along great with Quad this season. You know, she and I usually have problems, but I've been getting along great with her this season. You've been getting along with King. Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Who's the problem? It's basically how she's putting it. But at the end of the day, it sounds like she's basically saying, even in this scene, I want to keep things right with Quad and King. Okay, come on in. Welcome. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay. Now, while that scene is going on, we get another scene with Quad visiting Heavenly. Quad, you told on yourself, baby. As soon as you walked in the door, you told on yourself, okay? So Quad knocks while opening the door and coming in, okay? Dr. Heavenly said, girl, did you knock? You know I'm an empty nester, okay? She said, I could have been busting it wide open in here. Quad said, you're not going to be busting it wide open in the living room. Quad, didn't you just tell us that you was like a lightweight nymphomaniac and that you have to do it 15 times a week? Now, baby, if you're doing it 15 times a week, you're definitely going to get it in someplace other than the damn bedroom, I would think. How vanilla. But Quad is over here. You just told your lie. You and King lying like a mug, which we already knew. But you were so offended talking about, no, I can't see Heavenly getting it on in the living room or on the piano. She ain't busting it open or spreading it wide, laying it low. Girl, you didn't even know what to say. Either way, Quad, you should have just let Heavenly have it, okay? But Heavenly lets her know. Basically, they start talking about or rehashing the trip, the couple's trip. And she asked Quad, how are you feeling about things? And Quad said that entire trip was a whole monkey-ass fool, okay? Let's see. Toya is the epitome of the Real Housewife cooking in her sexy attire. I would have had on a bonnet and a robe, child. Not if camera crew was there. Toya is giving the folks what they want, okay? Got to give the people what they want. Toya let people know she don't play. I actually appreciated the scene because I was like, baby, I don't do enough. I don't do enough. Okay, I got to get up in the morning and get myself together. Anyway, after that, Heavenly said the group is divided. Dr. G and Sweet Tea may need time away from the group, is what she says. And she said, because at this point, you, King, Dr. G, and T, I'm going to call her T or Tisha, are unable to occupy the same space, okay? Quad kind of nods like, you right about that. Quad said, I want to do a girlfriend's check-in, okay? I want to host a little girlfriend's party with everybody except Phaedra. They're giving her the boot just like Phaedra gave them the boot last week. And T, she said, those are the two people that are not allowed to attend, okay? Heavenly, like, shrugged her shoulders. She makes a little joke talking about, I think she said King loves to throw parties. He's always asking that I invite y'all over. Heavenly said, well, King invited me over, just me. I don't think anybody else was invited. Quad looked at her like, bitch, I know you lying. And then she started joking. And she was like, listen, go sit your ass down somewhere. She called for Damon, like, you better not be trying to do anything with my man behind my back, okay? I thought that was hilarious because that's what real girlfriends actually do. But come on in, everybody. What's up? I appreciate y'all. 153 of you are watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? So now we are at I guess like a surprise kind of event. Toya has invited everyone to this dance studio. They don't know why they're there, but Toya's, getting things ready for her Bridgerton themed party, anniversary party, right? Everyone is there except for the Lunsfords. They were invited, from what we're understanding. The Lunsfords were invited. King and Quad were invited. They're not there. Phaedra, I don't guess, was invited. Okay, she's not there. Toya tells the group that they have been her village for the last 11 years, which would be 11 seasons of this show. And she said that she needs everybody that's in this room to be able to be in the rooms together, enjoying each other's company. She wants her village back. She says she doesn't understand why people, even if you're not getting along right now, one person can be on one side of the room, somebody else can be on the other. We don't have to have this situation where we are going at each other's throats, okay? Even Anila and her husband were there because they're still Toya's friends, okay? So they were there. The new couple, Steve is his name. Steve is the ex-football player. Steve was in the house. His wife, Mimi, was not because she had some work to do, but he is showing up, letting people know I'm a part of this thing, okay? They asked me to be a part of the cast. I am here. I am grateful. So then we get a clip of Phaedra, because people was like, well, where's Phaedra? We get a clip of Phaedra saying that this is a group of mean girls and I am gone. I'm not effing with y'all anymore. Okay. Y'all know Jackie looked halfway offended or lightweight offended when she did that. But I have to say, I don't know. I had someone in the comment section the other day say, I can't believe people did this to Phaedra. Do y'all remember when Nene Leakes said Phaedra called her half sister and had a secret or a private meeting trying to get dirt on Nene Leakes so that she could bring it back to the show? If y'all remember that, put a 1 in the chat from RHOA. Who remembers that? They were on the reunion. Nene, that's when Nene said, you never win when you play dirty. Okay, that was where that line came from. She said, my half sister, even though I don't talk about her, even though she and I don't talk, blood is thicker than water. And how dare you call my half sister or meet with her, not call. You met with her, you tried to get dirt on me, and she called me and let me know what the you did, right? And she said, you never win when you play dirty. That's mean girl shit, Phaedra. Don't play. And that's why I was like, y'all are really falling. Some of y'all, not everybody, but some of y'all, some of y'all are really falling for Phaedra's antics, okay? Not to mention her good friend, Candy Burris. They were like friends for 30 years. And she brought that nasty ass rumor that just happened to be the exact same thing that T.I. and Tiny were accused of and had lawsuits against them for in like 3 different cities, maybe 4. California, Atlanta, I think New York, and another place. Anyway, do y'all think that was a coincidence? Those rumors started all the way back in 2007. It came to RHOA in 2017. Okay, arm yourself with knowledge before you let people play with y'all, okay? Phaedra to take that rumor and put it on a friend that she had for over 30 years, even if they weren't in the best of place at that time. Phaedra also didn't want to admit that she was spreading it wide on the floor for Apollo. Right. She came on the show talking about she was going to have her baby at 6 or 7 months. That she was going to have a whole baby at 6 or 7 months, okay? She said, well, it's done. It's ready. The doctor said, this thing ready to come out of me. Everybody sitting there like, girl, that's not how babies work. So, yeah, Phaedra has a way of twisting things just a little bit every once in a while, but she also knows how to play reality TV. She knows how to play reality TV. She's been on this show for a long time. Not Married to Medicine, but she was on RHOA a long time, and she walked out of one door and into another. So after getting all them people kicked off their job, okay, for her, and you notice they brought them all back in. They brought them all back in except for I don't know if her name is it Audra, I think is her name. Except for Audra, I did see her early February. I saw Audra with her cute self. She had just had another baby. So yeah, just an FYI, if she can blow up 30, if she can blow up 30 years of friendship just like that, she'll do anything. So cut that shit out too. Phaedra makes a lot of money. She's not like everybody, okay? She's in a completely different tax bracket. But anyway, in confessional, Jackie said, listen, Phaedra was the only one in this group that had the advantage. She knew that Apollo was coming, and she knew that Chet was good friends with Apollo, and she brought him. So why is she blaming all of us? She ain't lying. She ain't lying, okay? Now, Dr. Contessa drops the news that Greg filed a restraining order against King, okay, for attempted assault. So she's telling everybody this in the group, and people are sitting there like, you got to be kidding. Like, they are shocked. The men are shocked and the women are shocked, okay? Contessa says, listen, Greg sees things very differently from the way all of us see it. She said, at the end of the day, he believes that King attacked him unprompted, unprovoked, and was going to beat him up, okay? I have to assume that at this point, Greg and Letitia are sitting there watching these episodes like in shock, because I think that Greg's memory of things probably really was different from how it actually played out. And then also watching everybody on the show literally not support him has to feel weird too. Okay. But in confessional, everybody has something to say. Steve, the new guy, the football player, he said, listen, Greg, this is the streets 101. Okay. This isn't what you do. You ain't supposed to go to the police department. Simone says it was a bitch move. He said, Greg just pulled a bitch move. She doesn't like it. Dr. Damon is now giving his speech, letting everybody know that he is on King's side. While he's talking, his wife interjects and she says, basically, Eugene, what would you do if somebody told your wife, a man told your wife to shut the F up? What if somebody told Toya to shut the F up? Eugene says that would be a problem for him, which somehow triggers Dr. Karan, or whatever his name is, the Indian doctor. He looks down at Greg, because y'all remember him and Greg got into it. And I think Greg threatened to whoop his ass before they left the show. So he ends up looking down and saying something to Greg. Who knows what he was saying? When Heavenly does all this big talk, you can see Contessa and Scott together look at Heavenly like, what? Okay. So they're basically saying the black ass pot definitely need to meet the black ass kettle, which is Heavenly. Okay. Then they play a clip of Heavenly on that damn YouTube channel saying that Scott, in her opinion, is emotionally and verbally abusive, which we all know Contessa said multiple times on the show itself. She did say it multiple times, but I guess two things can be right at the same time. Okay. At the same time, maybe Heavenly should not have said it, even though Contessa did say it. Okay. After all of that, they basically end up practicing the dance moves, the Victorian dance moves. What's up, everybody? Come on in, hit the like button. I'm sorry if it offends you, whatever I am saying about Miss Tisha, but this is how I saw it. Now, in the next scene, we have Toya, Dr. Mimi, who is a psychiatrist new on the show, and Tisha. They meet up for lunch, okay? Toya tells Tisha that she hates she wasn't able to attend their dance rehearsal. She tells her that she likes her. She doesn't want to have to choose between anybody. She wants to know how she's doing, what's going on. T says that it is really hard to navigate the group when you have one person that hasn't gotten over the hurt and the pain of the past. She's referring to Quad. She's putting all of this on Quad, okay? This is the beauty of Toya. This is her superpower. She does not give a damn. She will say anything that is on her mind. She don't care how hard, how crass, even though a lot of people get upset with Heavenly for doing something similar. This is Toya's superpower, okay? So Toya says, it's interesting that you would, have this conversation about people doing shit out of hurt and pain from the past. She said, is this what Dr. G was doing when he filed that restraining order against King? Or was this coming from an angry place from him? Child, I'm about to lose my eyelash. He said, was this coming from an angry place? Which T did not take very well. She saw the shade. What's up? Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you guys. Thank you, Smart Cookie. Anyway, Dr. Mimi is paying attention to this little volleyball thing going between Sweet Tea and Toya. She's looking at Toya like, girl, is there any way for you to soften what you're saying? Okay. But she basically says, Toya, can we not be so, cut it out with the directness? Let's change the tone of it. And Toya basically says, listen, why did Dr. G call the police? Sweet Tea says, that's my business, okay? I don't give a damn what you think about me and my husband. That's my business. Dr. G right now, or she said Gregory's having a problem with the group. What he feels is what he feels. I can't change how he feels. He has a right to feel that way. But in regards to why he called the police, that's my business. That's his business, my business, not yours. Okay? So now Dr. Mimi is like, ugh, Jesus, this is really going the wrong way. Sweet Tea says, you have to understand, sometimes people reach their breaking point. That man took his shirt off and he charged Gregory. What was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to think? So now you can see that Sweet Tea is taking on the exact same logic that Greg was giving her in last week's episode when she said, I saw the shit. It wasn't all that. Okay. Now she said that several times. This is my opinion. I'm going to say with what I'm saying. But when she's sitting here with the ladies, she's trying to have a softer version of herself. And she is saying, listen, the exact same thing Greg said. He was charging him. What was he supposed to think? What was he supposed to do? Toya says, listen, do you think that we can get to a place where there might be some grace for King? Okay. Maybe Dr. G can give him a little grace the way we as a group have given you grace, Letitia. Now, this is something that was new to hear from the group, right? Because people have been saying, we all saw Sweet Tea go after her twin in her first episode, right? The introductory, I think that was her introduction episode when she had the bridal shower. I think she got a phone call about the cost of the wedding. The guy was asking for more money. She got real upset. Her sister was like, are you okay? And she lost it. She jumped up, started running. Her sister went after her. All I remember is someone doing a bear hug on Sweet Tea and literally walking and rocking that girl into the bathroom. Walking and rocking, okay? After that happened, we didn't see that part of Sweet Tea anymore. And a lot of people thought that she was just under a lot of stress. But according to the people on the show, more than just Heavenly, she does have a little bit of an anger issue. Okay, so Toya is saying to Sweet Tea, listen, we all as a group have given you grace. We still love you. We still want you to be a part of this group. If we can give you grace with some of the shit we've seen, is it possible for you to extend that same grace to King and Quad? T says, listen, I really don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. She said, at the end of the day, I don't care. This is Greg's choice, not mine. Okay. And if you got to pick sides, if you feel like you got to pick sides, pick sides. But she was standing firm that she was not going to change her mind. And I have to assume that part of it is these people really aren't her friends. Like, this isn't her friend group. These people have an 11-year history. Sweet Tea does not. So she's trying to side with her husband. Right? Her husband is going to have a meeting of his own where he's going to switch things up a little bit. And like I said, they do end up going to this party, but Sweet Tea's really giving, I don't give a shit. And at the end of the day, y'all, we all know it is the women who get paid on the show, not the men. Okay. So even though Dr. G is the doctor part of this medicine, he does not get paid to be on the show. It's his wife. And that's probably one of the reasons why he wants to be on the show. It's because, according to some of the behind the scenes tea, he didn't know how much the women were getting paid until after the fact. And now that he knows and he's been offered to come back, he wanted to take it. Did King charge Dr. G? He ran toward him. But he didn't get that close. If you got to go to the DM for a man you don't know. Okay, so there's a little sweet tea shade. She did go to the DM, so okay. But at the end of the day, Sweet Tea says something like, listen, when they asked her, listen, we've given you grace, girl. You've had a lot of shit go down and we've given you a lot of grace. T says, yeah, sometimes I get loud and yell. Now, this is where Dr. Mimi, the new girl, comes in. She said, no, don't do that. It wasn't just loud yelling, child. She said, I looked into your eyes when you flipped out on the damn beach. You weren't home. That is a dog. Now, to tell somebody, girl, you didn't left your body and I was holding you. I told y'all 3 people were holding her, right? The Dr. Mimi, who else? Phaedra was holding her, and also Contessa. She said you weren't there when you were screaming and acting a fool. So now Sweet Tea is just kind of quiet. She's not saying anything, but she's definitely mad that they are bringing this to the table. She's mad about it. You can tell she's kind of stone-faced. Dr. Mimi again says, if we can extend this grace to you, is it possible that you could extend it to others? Toya said, maybe we can all have a sit down, even with Quad, and we can have a discussion on boundaries. Would that be a good idea? T said, only Greg can make that decision. Toya says, you're his helpmate, though. Why can't you help him make that decision or come to this decision? T said, I've tried, and he doesn't want to talk about it. So there's not a whole lot I can do. Toya makes a comment off camera where she says, I don't understand what's going on with T right now. Why is she letting Greg have so much power? In other words, why is she letting Greg affect her money? Because Greg doesn't get paid. This is a question about whether or not you want to be on the show. She said, I will fight for you. I will fight for your place to be in this group if you want to be in this group. And Toya's letting her know, I can't even make an answer for you. I don't have an answer. Okay. So that's pretty much how the actual scene ends, with her saying, you guys can choose who you want to choose. I'm not going to participate. So Dr. Eugene and Dr. Greg do not get a check. Only the women. No Dr. Eugene, no Dr. Greg. No Dr. Scott, no Dr. Damon. None of them has ever gotten a check. Only the women. Dr. Eugene, within the last, I think sometime in 2024, actually said, Toya makes more money than me. And he was an emergency room director. Now, I know they have different directors for different departments. I actually sat with a person who, this is when I lived in St. Louis. He came in, I think, to be the director. I'm not going to say the hospital because I don't want anybody looking it up, but there's several hospitals in St. Louis City. Anyway, he came in, they offered him $800 and something thousand to be the director of the hospital for his first year. It is one of those jobs that you burn out quick. So they pay a lot of money to whomever. Y'all know Dr. Eugene has a lot of, experience. At one point, he was working at 2 hospitals at the same time. Hold on one second. My phone is going dead. He was working at 2 hospitals at the same time. So he was making a lot of money. So you can imagine what kind of money they were making on that show. Okay. But at the end of the day, there's a scene between Toya and Eugene in this episode 13, where Eugene said, Quad and Dr. G have been having problems since the day they met. And he said, I don't think we're ever going to get to a place of peace or something like that. And Toya said, you a lie. We don't have that problem. They have the problem. And when she said they, she was being very specific because she was saying those 2 can't mess up my paycheck. Okay. That's why they clock in. Dr. Heavenly said it too. Toya makes more. Correct. Toya is now the breadwinner of that family. So she is not letting anybody mess up her check. anybody. And I have to say, I don't blame her. Hell, you start making that kind of money to be on a TV show, even though people are like, oh my God, how, why? I wouldn't do it. Chow bye. $2 million. I'll see you at work, baby. I'll see you at work. Okay. So at the end of the day, she was extending that to T, saying basically, girl, do you want me to fight for your position on this show? Do you want me to fight for your position to be in this group? And Sweet Tea said no. I just think that it's just too much for her. But anyway, we will see. We will see how she moves forward, okay? Now, after we get that scene, we get a scene between Dr. G, Eugene, and Scott. They are at Scott's mansion, Scott and Contessa. Okay, thanks, Loretta. Everyone hit the button. Thank you, Tisha Thompson, for blessing the channel with a super sticker. I appreciate you. Listen, on this channel, let me just say this before we move forward. On this channel, I'm just gonna try to keep it as real as possible, y'all. I don't want to brainwash y'all. I don't want to put y'all in a place where y'all feel like y'all got to go after somebody or anything like that. I don't want to do that over here. If y'all want to go after anybody, let's start going after these politicians, these people that we voted into Congress, the people who have the power to pull that impeachment button. That I'm willing to do. I can meet y'all at any damn place, behind the wall, in front of the wall. We can do all of that. But on these shows, let these people do what they're supposed to do, okay? Now, I told y'all that the men, Dr. G, Eugene, and Scott, Dr. Eugene and Dr. G met at Scott's big ass house, okay? And y'all can tell that Scott and Contessa are balling out of control, okay? Yes, Diana. Yes, ma'am, honey. I have been looking things up for my state. I have gotten my phone numbers ready and all of them. This man has already broken a whole bunch of shit. Now we see these Congress people talking about, well, what can we do? What should we do? We voted y'all into office. Y'all should be telling us, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to have that kind of meeting, we can have it. I don't mind getting up at 8 a.m. or whatever the case may be to do it, child. And we can talk about it for our own individual states. Let me see. Gregory Kermit Cash Out is a cowardly little and now he has his wife by the ponytails to the point of where she can't have friends. Yes, ma'am. It's a pretty ugly state, right? But anyway, let's talk about what these people are doing. They go down into Scott's man cave, is what he calls it. This shit is so laid out, it looks like the lobby of a resort. I have never seen anybody's house look like this. Listen, I don't even remember their house looking like this when they were on the show. They are balling out of control and they are ready to get back on the show. And let me tell y'all something else, if y'all didn't know. Do y'all know that if you have a house or if you show your house on the show, you can have parts of rooms and stuff written off for taxes? That's why Candy had one of her, like a house built that was specifically for the show. Child, let's talk about it, okay? Look, Scott Manor and Contessa, and Scott got money. Facts. Tessa has a whole body done over, face, hair. Baby, she wants to be on TV. Make no mistake. So she wants her space back. Look, thank you, Tisha, for blessing the channel again. She said, where are the people that represent us? Okay, let's talk about it. I'm going to put the information on my back wall and we're going to get into it, okay? So I love that man cave, and great tip on the tax write-off, for sure. That's a fact. So they get these spaces written off, so they love the TV show, okay? Anyway, they're downstairs in the man cave. It looks like a lobby of a resort. Layla, Scott and Contessa's little baby girl child, she is making fresh pressed juice for the guys, okay? She comes over, she serves them. You can see the hearts in Dr. G's eyes, like, oh my gosh, like, I just want a little baby. That actually made my heart kind of break just a little bit, because you could just see how proud he was of that child. Like, he really, you only see that face. You only see that face when you know there's somebody that wants a baby. And he was just like, oh, wow, like, what would it be like for me? You know what I'm saying? So he does the whole hearts in his eyes thing. Whereas Dr. Eugene was like, yeah, you know, Give us your bill later. Give us your bill later, okay? He got 2 boys, so he don't give a I shouldn't say it like that, but he definitely didn't have the same look on his face that Dr. G had, okay? Anyway, they get right into it. Scott asked Dr. G, he's like, listen, we just wanted to have this little meeting with you so that we can fill you out, see where your head was at. You know what I'm saying? We didn't contact you right away, so we wanted to know what was going on. Not you can't see his face because you are taller than Dr. Elmo, child. Get out of here. But anyway, they had that conversation. He says, listen, we were just wondering, I just want to know how you were doing, see how you were doing. Dr. G says, I was wondering when you guys were going to call me or reach out to me, okay? Because I didn't hear anything from you. So Dr. G is upset that the men on this show, the people that's been here for a while, okay, in particular, Dr. G, because I'm assuming he would have the most rapport with him. He said, I was wondering when you were going to do that. Now, Dr. G feels the hit. And he said, listen, I was trying to give you a break. I didn't want to just come ramming in with all kinds of questions after what you've been through, okay? Did anybody else get bothered at the fact that Scott had on tennis shoes while Dr. G was completely barefoot and Eugene had on socks? I was okay with the socks, but they were so respectful of that man's house that they didn't even want to walk in with their shoes, okay? Whereas Scott was like, I'm going to keep my shoes on. This is my house. I'm going to keep my shoes on. That shit was funny. But anyway, Dr. Eugene ends up saying, there's a rumor out there that you called the police about what happened between you and King. Greg said, yeah, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Okay. Greg said, I'm a grown man. I don't have time to fight. You could tell that Eugene or Dr. G was very upset. He was very upset that Eugene asked him that question. Okay. He already is like, him and Sweet Tea was getting into it. Sweet Tea already told him the shit wasn't what you say it was. Now you got the men questioning him saying, listen, is it true? Because that's some wild shit. Then Greg just says with a smirk on his face, he said, I charged him with simple battery. I went down to the police station for simple battery. Now Eugene is pissed when he hears him say this. He's pissed at the way he's looking at him. Look, Dr. G has an issue with men and others. Yes, barefoot. Yeah, that barefoot took me out. Eugene says simple battery. He said, I thought he would have had to touch you in order for it to be simple battery. Did he touch you? Dr. G started saying something. He said, did he touch you? He interrupts him. Did he touch you? He asked him twice. Dr. G said, nah, but it's my understanding that with what he did do, you know what I'm saying, that he could do up to 90 days in jail or, you know, somewhere between a fine and probation. I'm like, a fine or probation? Lord have mercy. Now, in this moment, Dr. Scott and Dr. Eugene, this look comes over their face that was a moment of disgust and disappointment, and everything that Black men are taught about calling the police and going to jail, you know what I'm saying? Any type of interaction with the police, you could see it written all over their face. And I'm not kidding. You could see they did not like it at all. They were pissed. Dr. G said, at the end of the day, you were both standing up for your women, okay? King was standing up for Quad. You were standing up for Letitia. Both of y'all thought your women were being disrespected, which is why it got here. Is there any way to resolve this without calling the police or getting the police involved? Because this is just too much. Now, I don't know what they actually ended up saying at the end because you could tell that the scene was cut. The scene was cut. Dr. G ends up playing an original song. He wanted the guys to hear his original song called I Want to Be Free. 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 I got a new life, a brand new wife. I want to be free. Okay. They sat through that shit like this. You got to be kidding me. Okay. But at the end of it, Dr. Eugene makes a joke. He said, sexual chocolate. Okay. We all know That is from the Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America. He says sexual chocolate. I think it was Scott. He was in the back. He was like, that boy good. That boy good. They start laughing. It was a good moment to make, light of things. Dr. Eugene stood on business. He was not moved by Dr. G. He does not snitch. Well, I asked y'all to take a poll. Let's put this up here. I asked y'all to take a poll. Let's look at it, okay? And I said, who did y'all think was right or wrong in this situation? So let's look at the numbers, child. 172 of you took the poll. I asked the question, do you agree with Dr. G pressing charges on King? 20% of you said yes. Don't care if he didn't touch him, okay? 69% of you guys are the ones who are saying, no, it was nasty work for Dr. G to press charges. You guys won the poll. And 11% of you said you were doing a 5,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. What I miss? Okay, so now you've been caught up, okay? But yeah, that was, I don't know. I'm on the side of not, but I understand that similar to what Toya said, he was trying to hurt Quad by pressing charges. He was trying to hurt Quad by seeing if he could get the man thrown in jail. It had nothing to do with him really thinking he was in danger. It was all to get back at Quad. All of it. Every bit of it was to get back at Quad. So for as much as we're saying Quad has feelings that are unresolved with Dr. G has unresolved feelings as well. You wouldn't take any man's freedom like that for some stupid reason, especially being that you're on this TV show. So I don't think that it was real. I don't think that he was really fearful for his life, but I do feel like he wanted to hurt Quad. And if he could have took that man away for 60 days or 90 days or put him on probation or some shit like that, I think that he would have felt better. I think that would have been his get back. You know what I'm saying? So he tried it. It didn't work from what I'm understanding. So anyway, moving on to the next, we got the next part, which is Quad's girlfriend check-in, okay? How did Sour T feel about the song he made for Quad? Well, when she was in confessional and they were playing the song, shit, that was the first time I ever saw Sweet Tea just kind of like, this motherfucker here, okay? She didn't smile, she didn't laugh, she didn't nothing. Now, she was there when he was performing the song, and you can hear her say, that's great, Gregory, or whatever, but I don't think she liked it at all. It didn't seem like she liked it. She let him get it out, but I don't think she liked it. So it seems like Dr. G isn't over Quad. Well, we haven't heard Quad try to throw Sweet Tea in jail. Or anybody else on the cast try to do anything like that. I don't think that was right. Okay. Sweet Tea, yep, Sour Tea did run to fight King. She jumped in the middle of it and she told Greg, you didn't have nothing to worry about because I'm combat trained. I would have taken him out for you. Okay. But just an FYI, if he was trying to remove that man out of, society for a few days, for a few months, he was looking to to slap Quad around backwards, child. Them 15 times a week. We gonna put a halt to that shit. He didn't like it. Okay. So anyway, we are at the girlfriends check-in. We are at Quad's mansion now. Everybody is there except for Phaedra, and she says she wouldn't invite Phaedra, no way. And Sweet Tea. Those are the two people that aren't there. Quad has a beautiful estate, child. She had a little drink menu with her little drinks on it. What else? She had somebody back there serving food and drinks. People were pulling up in their fancy ass cars, G-Wagons, Porsches, Rolls Royces. These people are richity rich. Again, I want to just stress that, okay? And they were all dressed to impress too. I think it was Contessa. She had on some sort of Josephine Baker shimmy bikini top and pantsuit. Dr. Heavenly just finished getting them, I guess, some sort of liposuction, child, because she had on a sheer top. She was letting everything show. Okay, maybe not. I shouldn't say that, but she was definitely letting everything show. She was letting people know she is Florida's finest. And she came in. She said, "I walk like my walk like my coochie good, don't I?" She said, I walk like my coochie good, don't I?" Now she did almost fall, so I don't know what the hell that means. But Jackie ended up big up on her. She was like, "It is good, girl. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What friends are supposed to do. Look, giving you the real tea is in the house. What's up, brother man? I love me some giving you the real tea. He makes me laugh so hard all the time. Okay. He said Elaine was tired. Okay, you tired of Elaine? Listen, she came in with her see-through number, okay? It is what it is. Y'all gonna leave Dr. Heavenly alone. Now, once they get in there, Quad gives everybody the rules. She said, grab a cocktail and nobody is allowed to talk about the past, okay? Come on in. Yes, Terrence is a good dude. Y'all make sure y'all follow him over there. He's very, very hilarious. I mean, natural. He should be a comedian, to be honest. Anyway, Quad gives everybody the rules, and she said, no talking about the past. We are inward and upward, or onward and upward. Okay, so she's letting people know, don't do it. Now, Simone says this party is already off to a good start because anybody knows Quad loves to talk about the past. Okay, she will dredge up the past, kicking, screaming, accusing people, crying and blaming, and she ain't lying. Quad was always like just the downside of this show. She loved to bring shit up. She loved to talk about history in a way that nobody else remembered it. Okay, but this time she's like, bitch, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm getting my groove on 15 times a week. We ain't gonna talk about shit that's gonna depress me. Okay. Now Toya asked Quad if she received her invitation for the anniversary party, and Quad pretends like she didn't even know about the anniversary party. Girl, you knew about it. She goes, no, I didn't, right? That's what Toya said. Well, it's in the car. I'm gonna go get it for you, okay? Toya and Mimi catches the group up about their meeting with Sweet Tea, okay? They give them all the details. What, grab a drink and no talking about the past. Facts. They give him all the details. And they said, listen, we sat down with that girl. She didn't take any accountability for anything. We tried to impress upon her that we really needed her to move on with us collectively as a group. We don't want to have any divide, but she didn't seem interested in moving forward with the group. She didn't give us an answer, okay? She basically put everything on her husband, Dr. G. And she said, we found that was kind of crazy because we were asking her point blank. She didn't want to have a meeting with the group. She didn't want to have a meeting with Quad, and she didn't want to have a meeting with Dr. Mimi. So she wasn't giving us anything. Dr. Mimi said that was really wild for her because King was the only one who seemed really empathetic to what Greg was going through when we were at the beach. She was like, listen, he point blank said, I feel bad for Dr. G and what everybody's going through. So I would really like to see all of us connect. They showed the clip, and it makes Dr. G look bad. It makes Dr. G look bad, okay? Toya said, I don't ever want to be put in a position where I'm having something and I have to choose who comes to my events. Okay, I'm not with it. So she said, if you are forcing me to choose, then I'm going to choose Quad at this moment. Me and Quad are getting along. I'm okay with Quad. My husband's okay with King. She said, also, I'm choosing Quad because Sweet Tea doesn't have self-control. And everybody is like, oh my God, Quad, finally somebody choosing you. Okay. Finally, somebody's choosing you. You keep asking the group to choose you. And look at Toya. A bitch that don't even get along with you for real, for real. She's choosing you. So they do this group hug. Everybody feels much better, child. And we shall see. But that's pretty much how it ended. Okay. What's up, Lady D Keys? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So the last scene we get is Jackie and Phaedra. Let me tell you something. I told y'all I like Phaedra. I love Phaedra. Phaedra is good TV. Phaedra knows how to put on a damn show. Okay. She is sitting there with Jackie. Jackie actually shows up with Curtis. Phaedra still has a houseboy. You know what I'm saying? She's telling him to answer the door while she pulls out the plates. He messed up. He didn't put the right number of plates out. But he goes, he offers lemonade to Curtis, tells him where to sit while her and Jackie films in the kitchen. Jackie tries to, be a little empathetic. I'm really sorry about what went down. We would really love for you to come back through, to show up, to be a part of us. And Phaedra looks her dead in the eye and said, I don't know if I can return to a group like y'all. I don't want to be around y'all, okay? That was some hard shit to say. I don't know if I can be around y'all. I'm standing firm. I don't think I can do it. Phaedra did go to the party, though. We know that Phaedra went to the party because she went with, who did she go with, guys? Who's the dude? Is it Dwight? Her date was Dwight. So she didn't bring shit to that event. Okay, she brought Dwight to Toya's party, so she is gonna go. But she looked Jackie dead in the eye and said, "Bitch, I don't really like y'all. I don't fuck with y'all for real, for real. So at the end of the day, let me sleep on it because I don't think I can. I don't think I want to be around y'all." Faye is an actress and she stays in character. She's awesome. Okay, she's good TV. At the end of the day, she made her $1 million check. Okay, yes, giving you the real tea. How dreadful. Okay, her and Dwight came with their fashions on, but they did go because everybody was like, out of all the people in Atlanta, this is who you chose to go to this event. But yeah, so that's basically how it ends, y'all. Listen, again, it was a good show. I liked it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. I know that Sweet Tea has been out here pounding the pavement and trying to, rally fans and get people behind her. She is still brand new to this show. If they were sincere about wanting to bring her into the fold, I'm hoping that this could be the starting place for her to, get to really be a part of the group for real, for real. Because, she's had 2 seasons now to know what it's about. But I think I heard her say, I'm not sure. I think I've heard different platforms say that she's not coming back. So we'll see. We'll see. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, okay? So y'all talk to me in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about stuff. Finally, Quad and Toya are cool. Yep, that's what they said. Listen, Toya is not giving up that check. She's going to do everything she can to keep it. Y'all, if y'all were paying attention to some of the social media shit when I think it was Simone and Heavenly got into it, because Simone said something about Heavenly's husband. And Simone said, bitch, we just trying to get this next season together, okay? We just trying to get these new contracts, so play along, okay? She said that on social media. These people got bills to pay, just like we do. No sweet tea for me. We shall see. We shall see. Sour tea only. That's it, y'all. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to come back through with some more things to talk about. Thank you, Giving You the Real Tea, for stopping through. Y'all go follow him over there on his page. You will not be disappointed. He is hilarious. Now, I do want to say this because I don't want to send anybody over there that's going to be problematic. You know what I'm saying? If you are a diehard Millimeter fan, I don't know if that's something you would like, okay? I don't know. He's not talking about the Love and Marriage Huntsville shit like he used to, because we all know that Melody is no longer on the show. But if you are able to laugh and not take things personal, go over there because he's hilarious. He's hilarious. Barb said, I give this a 4 because I'm burned out. Couldn't finish the show. Came here instead. Okay, see, Barb, see, you're the one of the people that got to let this shit go. Listen, these people live in multi-million-dollar homes. They live next to golf courses. They drive incredible cars. They are doing what they're supposed to do to clock in. Okay. Bravo. Bravo is not going to let those people sit there and talk about the color of the sky, how much water should be in the pool, all that boring shit. They're going to have to clock in. So when you watch the show, take your feelings out of it. Okay. Let them know, friend. That's right. Don't go over there with that crazy shit. I don't want anybody saying that I brought y'all over there and then he get mad at me. Okay. I am a guest in his house. So you make sure that you wipe your feet, say hello, do all the things. Okay. Dr. G went to the police for an almost fight. Too petty. Yeah. From what I'm understanding, all of that got kicked out though. That even the network did an investigation. They did an investigation and they came back and said it's not a problem. Okay. So anyway, that's it, y'all. I appreciate every single one of y'all for joining me this afternoon on this review. Okay. Thanks again to Giving You the Real Tea. What else? Hit that like button, share the video, follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Okay. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one. Bye-bye.